Good Thursday morning. We're happy you're streaming WCBD Plus with us today. Coming up, 911 calls show the moments after a child was struck and killed by a stray bullet in North Charleston, plus a wallaby on the run, or hop, in Somerville. And we talk Winter Olympics. It's all just ahead on News 2 Now. But first, take a look at this. The fog been heavy out there all morning. This is looking from the Somerville Baker camera on I-26. Wow. Storm Team 2's Jed Kristoff is here in the streaming center. Jed, look at that.
I mean, it almost doesn't even look like a live shot right now.
You can't see anything. I feel like have we ever seen fog last this long, at least in the last couple of years?
It has been a while. My visibilities this morning on my graphics were just unbelievable. Every single station at one point just showed 0 mile visibility. So it is still out there. And I mentioned this on air this morning. The winds this afternoon, I have forecasted us to gust up to about 5. That's really light. So right now, with gusts no more than about 5 miles per hour, well, it's going to take a while for this fog to really begin to dissipate. Again, the sun is rising. We're slowly seeing the temperatures warm up. It's just going to take some time. It's 10:30 and we're still dealing with a lot of fog out there. Now, it is a little bit more patchy now than where it was this morning. This morning, it was dense, and it was like that across all of the low country. Now, you notice Williamsburg County, Georgetown County, some improvements there, but not all of us right now. Pretty much along 26 into the west and south, that's where we're still seeing a lot of fog, but it is slowly improving over time, and that will continue to be the case. Give it another hour or two in locations where you're still seeing the fog. Temperatures-wise, though, still pretty mild. We're mainly near 60 degrees. We warm into the low 70s this afternoon, no fog. So a mix of sun and clouds and low 70s. Actually looks really nice out there today. Even better tomorrow if you like the warm weather. 76 Friday, 77 Saturday. Even Sunday looks pretty nice. I know you're looking at that rain chance there. The majority of the rain is going to be very light, and it actually happens late Saturday and through the overnight hours. So by the time that you're out and about Sunday, mid-morning to early afternoon, that is, we're actually looking at sunny skies for the second half of the day on Sunday. And mid-60s for highs. So the whole weekend forecast looks pretty good. But if you like the warm weather, Saturday is your day, 77 degrees. And by the way, tomorrow and Saturday, both days I have forecast highs only 2 degrees below the record highs for the day. And just a reminder, with this fog in place, take it easy out there on the roads. And we're going to have to say more of the same over the next couple of days. And you know what? I know I'm talking a lot, but this is a live shot that we just showed, and this goes to show how patchy it is. Because now,
look at that.
I know, drastic improvement. I mean, earlier you couldn't even see anything. Now you can see the entire interstate.
Just wild. Well, I'll say this. I was able to get out and enjoy some of the sunshine yesterday. Some of that warm weather. It just felt so good after this cold weather, just to kind of get that the vitamin from that sunshine.
I know.
It felt good.
Absolutely loving it. And more opportunities to do more of the same this afternoon, tomorrow afternoon, Saturday afternoon, even Sunday afternoon. But Monday, that's when things will be a little bit chilly again. Low 50s for highs. We moderate back up closer to 60 after that.
Well, we'll soak up all the warmth while we can,
yes.
Jed.
Yes.
All right, you're going to have a full look at that forecast and, of course, update on the fog coming up on News 2 midday here in just a few minutes. Thank you as always.
Yeah, thank you.
Turning now to our top headlines this morning. 911 calls were released yesterday, which provide insight into the minutes after a 4-year-old child was killed by a stray bullet in a North Charleston neighborhood. As News 2's Gabriel Johnson reports, the tapes reveal panic from several people who called 911 after dozens of gunshots were fired off Van Buren Avenue in mid-December. Almost a month later, there have not been any arrests, but police tell us the investigation is ongoing.
Officer over on Van Buren Street. I think a little boy probably got shot over here. I think, I don't know.
This is one of the first calls made to North Charleston police on the evening of Tuesday, December 16th. Police say it was near Van Buren Avenue where they found 4-year-old Mercy Watson suffering from a gunshot wound inside or near a car.
I don't know. I was in the house, and he came running down the street, and he said the baby got outside the car. They go to the shooting, and it was down the bullet in the car.
Watson, who police say was not the intended target of the shooting, was rushed to the hospital where he died a few hours later. As the chaos unfolded, several other callers described what they experienced.
There was a bunch of gunshots going off in the neighborhood, and the gunshots got closer to my house, and a bullet came through the window, but the window busted. and walk her down in the hallway.
The cars and they're driving off, but it looks like within the last 30 minutes, there's been at least 40 shots rang out.
The search for the suspect continues, but police have identified a vehicle that could be connected to this case. Take a look at your screen. This dark blue or black BMW 740 series sedan is a vehicle of interest. In the days following Watson's death, many community leaders and groups like the United Black Men of Charleston spoke out, voicing their frustrations and demanding an end to gun violence.
Also in North Charleston, a man who prompted a law enforcement search near Remount Road on Wednesday afternoon was arrested on multiple felony warrants. The North Charleston Police Department explained in an update this morning that officers had arrested D'Angelo Drayton that afternoon. However, they said he was able to free one hand from his restraint, opened the door of a patrol vehicle, and ran off while still in handcuffs. The escape prompted police to send out an alert advising residents that officers were actively searching for a wanted person near North Rhett Avenue and Remount Road just before 2:30. Charleston County also issued a reverse 911 call to alert residents and asked them to use caution and to report any suspicious activity to police. Drayton was captured shortly after in a nearby backyard. Police officials say the circumstances surrounding this incident are being reviewed in accordance with standard departmental procedures. Now, a check of jail records this morning did not present any new details about Drayton or his charges, but we'll keep checking. Take a look at this. A wallaby is back home after it was seen hopping around a Somerville neighborhood yesterday. Officers with the Somerville Police Department responded to an unusual call after a neighbor reported that a wallaby was hopping around their backyard. Somerville police said a brief pursuit ended with the wallaby jumping into a pool. It was then safely rescued. Officers learned the animal belonged to a nearby property where another wallaby and a kangaroo live. Now, with help from Dorchester County Animal Control, they were able to make sure the wallaby returned home safely. Checking in on the stories people are reading this morning at counton2.com. 2 men were electrocuted Tuesday evening after their equipment became entangled in power lines. Officers with the North Charleston Police Department were dispatched to a business off Goer Drive around 6:40 for what was described at the time as an unknown situation involving a possible death. Once at the scene, the officers say a cherry picker with 2 victims was actively on fire and entangled in power lines. The North Charleston Fire Department was unable to put the fire out because the lines were still active. Dominion Energy arrived on scene and cut power, and the fire was extinguished. Working together, firefighters and utility workers attempted to get the cherry picker to lower away from the power lines, but they did have some difficulties doing that. In an incident report provided by North Charleston Police, a man who called 911 told officers that both victims were in town working on a job. When they noticed they were getting too close to the lines, he tried to warn them, but they did not see the lines, hit them, and were electrocuted. The victims' identities have not yet been released by the coroner's office. However, the incident report shows both men were 25 years old. The South Carolina Forestry Commission is looking to replace trees that often emit a foul odor when they begin to bloom in the early spring. In collaboration with Clemson Extension, the agency is preparing for the 2026 Bradford Pear Bounty, a program designed to help property owners remove invasive Bradford pear trees and replace them with native species. Bradford pears are not native to the United States and have been widely planted across South Carolina for years. Although the trees are known for their bright white blossoms, the blooms carry a pungent smell, and the trees themselves are prone to breaking during storms. More importantly, Clemson Extension reports that Bradford pears directly contribute to the spread of calorie pear, which is considered one of the most problematic invasive plant species in the Southeast. By removing Bradford pears and replacing them with native trees, homeowners can reduce the seed sources that lead to calorie pear growth and improve biodiversity in urban landscapes. Through the Bounty program, property owners can exchange up to 5 Bradford pear trees for an equal number of free, healthy, native young trees. The exchange is a 1-for-1 replacement and requires pre-registration. You can find a link in this story on our website. An in-person exchange event is scheduled for Saturday, February 28th from 8 to 11 at the Mount Pleasant Farmers Market on Coleman Boulevard. The State Forestry Commission said supplies are limited and trees will be distributed on a first-come, first-served basis. And Charleston's annual Martin Luther King Jr. Day Parade is a little over a week away, and the YWCA of Greater Charleston has shared their plans to commemorate the day. The parade will fill the streets of Charleston with music, businesses, bands, and plenty of smiling faces on Monday, January 19th. It steps off at Burke High School at 10 and will make its way to Emmanuel AME Church. For those unable to attend, they can watch live coverage of the parade hosted by our team, Carolyn Murray, Brendan Clark, Rob Fowler, and Octavia Mitchell. It will air on NBC and stream live here on WCBD+. Now, in addition to the parade, young creators aged 16 to 25 can participate in a youth open mic night. It's open for those who sing, dance, perform, open word, or showcase other unique skills, but you'll need to register online. There will also be an ecumenical service held at Charity Mission Baptist Church in North Charleston on the Sunday before the parade. Former State Senator Marlon Kimpson will serve as the featured speaker. Service begins at 4. It's free and open to the public. That's a quick look at some of the stories people are reading right now at counton2.com. Visit our website anytime for news happening in your community. Stay in the know with breaking news and subscribe to our email updates while you're there. It's time for a break. When we come back, as the Winter Olympics approach, the Games have inspired some to take up ice skating and other activities. More on the other side. Stay with us. Welcome back. Well, some of the best athletes in the world are getting ready to hit the ice when the Winter Olympics get underway in Italy in just a few weeks. Local skaters and curlers right here are getting in on the fun. News 2's AC Barker shows us how the big games are inspiring local athletes.
I think most people misunderstand how much time and effort it takes to actually participate in the sport.
With the Winter Olympics just weeks away, interest in ice sports is growing locally. At the Carolina Ice Palace in North Charleston, figure skaters are training hours each week.
It starts really early in the morning. I personally get up at 5 a.m. and I'm on the ice at 6 a.m. before work.
Meanwhile, curling, a sport most people only watch every 4 years, is also happening here locally. Club members say the Olympics are the perfect opportunity to introduce the sport to the public.
It's a very popular sport on TV for the Winter Olympics, and a lot of people are tuning in, wondering if they could hop off the couch and onto the ice.
Both groups say the Olympics don't just highlight elite athletes, they also spark curiosity and get people thinking about trying these sports themselves.
Either you'll laugh because it's harder than you expected, or you'll be surprised. A lot of people are surprised at how well they do.
Take learn to skate classes, see if you really like it, if you enjoy it, and then go from there.
Well, with that, we're getting excited here at News 2 as we await the opening ceremony of the Winter Olympics on NBC. Joining me in the WCBD Plus Streaming Center is Christina Lobo. Christina, welcome. It's been a minute. Did you enjoy the holidays?
I did. I'm so glad to be back, but it was very nice to enjoy some time with family and friends.
You also had a birthday snuck in there, right?
Yes, it's just one after another. It's birthday, then Thanksgiving, Christmas, so
whole stream of events there.
How was your holidays?
It was good. It was good. And now we're back in action over here.
Yes, ready to get going, especially with the Winter Olympics approaching.
Exactly. Well, we've been talking about and planning for the Winter Olympics coverage here at News 2, but we thought it would be fun to chat a bit about the Winter Games. So, Christina, do you watch and enjoy the Olympics?
I do. I mostly say I will watch the Summer Olympics because I really love the aspect of gymnastics. I did gymnastics when I was little, so I think it's always fun to watch and see them do flips. But I really like figure skating too. So seeing them do their spins and tricks, I think it's fun to watch.
It is fun. You know, I'm not a person who sits and watches sports at all, but there is something about the Olympics that I actually really enjoy. And the winter sports, I think, are my favorite to watch. So I'm looking forward to it. You know, with that said, what are some of the sporting events that you're looking forward to watching this year?
I think figure skating or speed skating, anything with skating, I'm really excited to see. What about you?
Okay. Well, if you talk to me on any given day, it probably makes zero sense for my personality. But for me, I think it's watching the snowboarding, the ski mountaineering, the ski jumping, all of those like mountainous ice snow events. I mean, these athletes, they just accomplish such incredible things. I mean, in some cases, they are quite literally flying through the air, doing tricks, and making that landing. It's so much fun to watch, even if you're sitting there holding your breath watching them do it.
Yes, it's a thrill. You're like, please stick your landing.
Exactly. All right, I'm going to pull up this live camera of Milan. As you know, they're getting ready to put up all of those Olympic rings. Sometimes you'll see them pop up around town when the Olympics come in. It's just going to be such a fun time out there, and I'm really excited to kind of see what they come up with and how they show off the city this year as the Olympics come to Italy. Now, I want to know, Christina, if you were going to compete in the Winter Olympics, what sport would you choose?
Okay, I've been talking about it for, I think, this entire segment, so I think it would be ice skating. I just love the outfits, the music that they pick, the choreography. I think it's just thrilling to watch.
Okay.
What about you?
I don't do well on the ice. I think as we saw this past
we can get
winter.
you a walker.
We can do. I'll do the walker. So I think curling would probably be more my speed, where you're just kind of doing the shuffleboard thing there.
I want to learn that.
I think it looks really fun.
Yeah, and they have it at the Ice Palace. I think that would be a lot of fun to tag along and kind of see what they do.
Maybe we'll have to do that for a WCBD Plus special.
I would love it.
There's also, I think if I could do anything, it would probably be the snowboarding because of the rush.
Yeah.
But there's also this event called Skeleton where you lay flat on a sled thing and you go head first down a track.
Oh.
It seems terrifying.
Yeah.
But it also looks really fun.
The head first part.
Yeah.
Maybe if I was like the other way, I would be less afraid. Just lay down, take a little nap as you go all the way down.
I think so. Well, are there any winter athletes that you look up to, Christina?
I think just all of them. They have so much training, so just I can't imagine all the work that they put in to really perform on those days. I mean, you have to be in a good headset. You have to be taking care of yourself mentally, physically. I think all of them are really aspiring. What about you?
I agree. I don't have anyone specific, so I'm going to have to maybe do my research before watching so I know who to pull for and cheer for. Of course, Team USA, obviously.
Of course.
But you're right. Like these guys, these teammates, these athletes go through such grueling training. They just do such amazing things. So it's going to be just fun to watch and cheer for everyone. I'm sure as you're watching, you pick your favorites. But, we here at News 2 from Nexstar, we have this series called Journey to the Olympics where we highlight and spotlight some of the Team USA athletes going on. And some of the packages that I've seen, and we'll be airing more here on WCBD Plus and News 2 now, but some of them have just been really inspiring stories for sure.
To see their journey and where they start and how they came from, how they even got into the sport. It's just interesting to watch their journey, learn more about themselves and their family. I will say I'm also excited to see the opening ceremony.
Yes.
I feel like they're always spectacular, and to just see what Italy does, I think would be awesome.
I'm certainly looking forward to that. I think the opening ceremonies are always so much fun to watch. And the closing, too, I think that's a really good time. Everybody's kind of amped up, and just to see how the countries display themselves, I think it's just such a fun time.
Yeah, it's a time where we kind of all come together, so it's really nice to see.
Exactly. Well, we are going to have all of the coverage right here on News 2 with some supplemental coverage on WCBD Plus. So stick around, and those Olympic Games are coming up pretty soon. We're going to take another break. When we come back, maybe we'll talk about some New Year's resolutions. We'll be right back after this. Welcome back. We're here with Christina Lobo, and we just talked about Winter Olympics. But as we enter a new year, Christina, I'm curious if you set any resolutions for yourself.
Yes, I have a couple. I would say what is probably on everybody's list is to be healthier.
Sure.
I would like to, eat more protein, stick with my gym routine. And then I would also say outside of that, I would like to be more organized, but in my personal life. I feel like work-wise, I'm pretty put together for the most part. But when I come home, I'm just tired. And sometimes I just want to sit down, watch my reality TV show, and not get what I need done. So I would say to be more mindful about that.
I think those are good resolutions. I've never been a believer in setting resolutions. I do have some goals I want to accomplish here with the WCB Plus app, and at home I want to build like an outdoor space to enjoy this summer, but always just trying to be a little healthier. That's always on the table, like you mentioned. I think that's across the board. Whether we get there or not, we'll see. I like to snack, Now,
Same.
one of our photographers who was out covering stories on New Year's Day stopped to ask some folks about their resolutions, and there was one who caught your ear, Christina.
Yes.
Let's listen to hear what they had to say.
I'm trying to read about 50 chapter books this year. Control my emotions. To be closer to my family.
To maintain good grades and to succeed in basketball.
To control my emotions. What an amazing resolutions. I think that we can all learn something from that. How about you?
I love it. I think they were all great. I love reading. When I was in school, I wanted great grades. At work, I want to do the same. But controlling your emotions, I think it's something all of us can work on.
I think so, especially in today's age where the temperature can be a little bit hot sometimes.
What a smart, young, intelligent little, man
exactly.
to think of that and say it.
I wonder what inspired that. Some things we wonder. Well, Christina, so many people drop their resolutions after a few weeks. How do you stay on track? Any tricks, or do you offer yourself treats along the way?
I think you just have to, give yourself some grace. You can't always be 100%. So maybe sometimes you're 80 and 20. You've got to have that balance, a cheat day here and there, but just staying on track. So just because one day you fell off track doesn't mean you have to fall off track for the rest of the week.
Just keep moving.
So just saying that, keeping yourself accountable, no matter what it is. It doesn't have to be fitness. If you're not doing your chores that day, keep it moving the next day.
That sounds good. All right. Well, good luck with your task, and maybe we'll have to check in along the way to see how you're doing, how all of us are doing.
We'll have to hear about your home project.
I know. I'm excited. We'll see what we come up with. All right, Christina. That's our time for this edition of News 2 Now. We thank you for streaming with us this morning. News 2 Midday is just ahead. We'll see you back here tomorrow. Have a great day.